Hey guys, it's Rob Anderson with DollarMoves. I'd like to welcome you to another video. So on today's video, I want to talk about where did you come up with how you think about money? Is it something that you thought of on your own and came up with an idea of what money represents to you? Or is it more like what I think it is? I know for myself, it seemed to be a learned response to money. So how I looked at money was how others around me looked at money. And so I want you to think about this for yourself. I know for me, in the beginning, I was really lucky in the way that I've met and seen people. Like, we started out as a family. My family didn't have very much, we always had a house. So, it wasn't like we were like poor, but because of the house, because of the cars and things, my family was always broke, growing up for quite a while, as long as dad had a job. And so like I said, mom and dad always worked, mom stayed at home, and they were really broke. And then I got to see that kind of idea, that philosophy on money. You go to a job every day, you work for the money, have the house, whatever, you're paying all your bills, and that's going on. And then my dad started a business, and so then I got to see the transformation of, instead of his boss being in charge of the money that he made or whatever, he realized that he was in charge of the amount of money he could make and the opportunities that he had and everything. So I saw that change, and then all of a sudden we had more money than just enough to pay the bills, and the stress level of needing money was a lot less in the family, because you can feel that even as a kid. And at the same time, I also, our family business was around, I speak about the RV industry a lot in my videos. And this is the luxury RV industry, where these buses were, back when I was a little kid, they were probably 800,000 or something like that. Now they start at 2 million each. If you look up Prevost conversion coaches, you'll see like the level of people I'm talking about. That's Prevost. And they're amazing, like, buses, really is what they are. And they're like, the best hotel you've ever been to is like inside it. It's like a land yacht, But because of that, so that was our customers. Like, we were so niched out, that was our customers. And these people were rich. Like, if you were to own a coach, you are rich. Like, because this is just like a toy that you have. It's not necessary. It's really just a luxury item. And these people, back then are spending 800,000, and now it's 2 million just to start. And they get like, between, I think, 3 and 5 miles per gallon. So it's just, you have that kind of money. It's just expendable money, right? And I got to see the way that they think about money. So I saw all these different ways that people think about money and different times in their life. And all of that helped me to, and thank God, because that has really, like, if I was just with mom and dad have a job, or dad has a job, mom's at home stressing on paying the bills, and dad went to work, and, one of my first memories of money was mom crying at the table because we'd run out of money before we got to the end of the month. And so, I would think, oh man, like, money, like, is so hard to get, and it makes my mom sad. And another time I remember that we went to these people who were better off than we were financially, or at least they looked like it. And we went and we saw that. To me, as a little kid, I'm like, this is a beautiful house, this 2-story house on acreage. And this guy had this beautiful office with leather chair and all this stuff. And I'm like, this is great. Like, this is so cool. Well, when we left there, my mom took that as like people look like they were showing off to us, like they were better than us or something. And so I was like, oh, so money can be like a bad thing, like those people. So I started getting that idea of like them versus us, where I think a lot of society is. And so I'm so glad that that's not where, for me, looking at money stopped. And then dad got into, now the reason I can talk about my parents is both of them have actually passed. So I don't want you to think I'm just sitting here like talking bad about my parents or whatever. It's things that I learned, and so I want to pass it on to you so that hopefully you can circumvent all of that stuff and just get right to the good thinking. When dad got his business, and he had to learn how to not be an employee but to be an employer, and watching the different changes that he had and everything. And so, and his idea behind money and about how you could now make more money than just X amount per hour. When you have a paycheck, it's every week you're getting this much if you've got the hours, and then you get overtime and you're stoked because you get time and a half or whatever, and so you can throw that into the pot to pay your bills every month. But once you have a business, you can keep as much as you want, even to the detriment of your own business. You can pay yourself as much as you want. If you have a business, even if your business can't afford it, you could screw yourself and pay yourself whatever you want. But that's the wonderful thing about business, and hopefully you don't do that. I don't think that you will, but I'm just saying there's a switch there to where, you won't stay in business long if you do that, obviously. But there's a switch to where when you own your own business and you start making your own money, you create that abundance, then you are able to take and pay yourself more, pay the things. You're not constricted to an hourly rate. And then I got to see the rich people in my life that were our customers. And again, I was younger and everything, and so I've been so lucky to be around these people, and I met thousands of rich people, thousands at least. And what I found out from them is they're a step ahead of even the business owner, whereas they're usually most of the coach owners that I knew, the rich people that I knew, they own businesses. So, but they weren't there every day. They were out and about doing their stuff in their coach, going often to go and visit family and stuff like that, because they had the means. They freed up their time as well, to where the great thing about them was that, yes, they still had those businesses, but they were able to, talk to, often what I would see was they were talking to their managers or someone, and I realize now they had managers that were very, very good. Back then I was like, they've got these great people that they're talking to, like they're talking to the people like usually once a day, sometimes in the middle of the day they'd get a call or whatever, depending on which customer it is. But normally in the morning you'd hear them talking on their phone to their manager or whatever, just talking about whatever needs to be done, and they would say the stuff, and then it was the rest of the day they were done. They were playing, they were out having a good time, hanging out when we would work on their coaches, or oftentimes buying the whole shop, like buying our shop lunch, buying out at the service area where they purchased the coaches. These people were so awesome. They would buy it for the whole service place, and that's like buying lunch for over 50 people at a time, just because no one knew and no one had any expectation. But see, so I got to see that like, okay, these people aren't working for an hourly rate. They're not just only business owners, but they're able to do whatever they want, help people, to share their wealth because they chose to. And it was so cool. And so for me, I was like, that's what I want to get to. That's what I want to aspire to, because that's cool. These people did what they wanted to, and they got to share their abundance with others. And I know the media tells you so much bad stuff about rich people, but how many do you know? Like I said, I've met thousands, and there is such a small percentage of the ones that I've met who are jerks, who are these people that the media tells you about, this like bad 1% or whatever. So, also another thing about rich people too that I will say real quick is that they will talk about money, where money seems to be a taboo subject. The rich people talk about it freely and not like it's a bad thing. They aren't ashamed of their abundance. So anyway, how did you first start thinking about money? Where did you learn about it from? And once you think of that, I'd love to hear it in the comments if you feel comfortable enough to share. But also, once you realize where you first figured out about money, were the people or, the things that you learned about money, were they the right thing? And are those ideas the things that would help you to propel to create more abundance and more wealth in your life? Or are they things that kind of throttle you and stop you and keep you at a place where this is just what we should be making, right? So again, you guys, I hope that gives you something to think about. For me, that's one of the reasons why I make these videos. I want you guys to be to that place where it's like, okay, I can have abundance if I work for it, and if I work for it, take the risks and do the things that people that have abundance are doing, and that it's available, because the American dream is alive if you go for it. If you don't go for it and you keep those ideas that throttle you, if you keep those as your main ideas and main philosophies about money, then that's the results that you're going to get. That's the very most you could get, because in your mind you only are allowed so much. Once you open that up, then at least you have the opportunity to think, maybe there's more for me, you know? So again, you guys, I really appreciate you watching the videos. I would love it if you share. We are doing a video a day in May. I would love it if you'd share this out there with your friends. I think that everyone could really benefit from the ideas here. If you like what you saw, please go ahead and thumbs up, positive comments down below. You can go ahead and subscribe to the channel, which I would really love if you would subscribe to the channel, trying to get the subscriber rate up. So also share the videos, like I said before. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed what you saw. And again, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.